Call meeting order. Finally, I'll please rise. And I ask you to join me in a moment of reflection on the business that's before us this evening. And please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Alderman Basso.
Here.
Alderman Begley.
Here.
Alderman Violet.
Here.
Alderman Key.
Here.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Here.
Alderman Clifford.
Here.
Alderman McGrogan.
Here.
Alderman McGovern.
Here.
City Clerk, Treasurer, and Attorney.
All right, the first order of business tonight is a special presentation. It's our pleasure to have a new police officer join our force. Police Officer Ashley Vinson. Clerk Cantus and myself will do that. Officer, if you'd come up here.
I always goes to this from
Do it here. You can get in between.
Put X's on the floor.
All right, face the camera.
I, Ashley J. Vinson,
Having been appointed
to the office
of police officer
in the city of Palos Heights
in the county of Cook,
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will faithfully discharge
the
duties of the office
of
police officer
as police officer
for the city of Palos Heights
for the city of Palos Heights
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ashley. Welcome. You're joining a great force, great bunch of people, and I know you'll keep us safe. So thank you very much for joining us.
Remember this face.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along. On our consent calendar, we've got the approval of the City Council minutes of May 17, 2022, approval of the payroll and voucher list for the period ending June 30th, 2022, motion to approve a request from the Southwest Chicago Christian Schools to form a special event permit to conduct their annual Light the Night Family Run on Saturday, September 7th, 2022 from 4 till 5 p.m. And a motion to approve the request for the special use permit for St. Joachim and Ann Armenian Church to hold their annual family picnic on Sunday, July 24th, 2022 from 12 till 6 o'clock. We need a motion to approve. Moved by Alderman Clifford. Is there a second? Second by Alderman McGovern. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
All right. No opening seal bids today? Okay. Under my reports, looking to approve the appointment of Diane Key to the Library Board for a 3-year period ending June 7th, 2025. Someone make the motion, please?
I'll make it.
Moved by Alderman Clifford. Second. Is there a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Alderman McGovern. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Looking for a motion to approve a letter of agreement with MAC Strategies Group regarding the ward remat due to a census. Let me come explain this a little bit. In the last census, the 2020 census, we lost 500 people in town. My gut feeling is that was because Trinity Christian College was actually not on campus. They weren't in school. They were doing remote learning. Now, we're not eligible for a special census until the year 2023, which will be probably, it'll take a year or so after that for us to pick that up. The byproduct of this is that we are mandated by law to adjust our ward maps because of the shift in population, losing 500 people. So we've interviewed this firm to do this. They've done it in the past with a number of different municipalities. So it seems very reasonable, but they will make some minor adjustments just for the 500 people. You know, one ward may be a little bit smaller, probably a couple will lose a couple people here and there, but we may have to go back and do this again, just so everybody knows, after the special census. With the special census, losing 500 people is probably about $65,000 a year to us as far as lost revenue from the state. So that's why it's important that we do a special census 2 or 3 years from now when we can. Right now we can't do this, but we do have to adjust our ward maps for the census as it states.
So the adjustment could only be for 2 or 3 years because.
Yes, right, yeah.
Because we can do a special census.
Then we would have
down
to
the road.
we'd have to do the remap again back then. Yeah.
Well, it would be my guess that the ward that lost most people would be the second ward.
Exactly. But
Because
that's
Trinity-
the first run of the information based on census base shows that. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Well, there was an influx of population. I don't know how many moved, say, from the second ward, but there has been an increase due to the retirement home, which is included in the second ward.
Right, but the net effect was 500 people we lost for.
I mean, so it's
Yeah, there's actually 700 and some students on campus normally at the college.
Right, and when they leave, they're not there, so there's a couple of factors that's unique to the second ward, but overall, there's no surefire way to know if there was a mass exodus from Ward 1, 2, or Ward 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, so on that
Yeah.
populous end of it.
Right.
It may be they live in the summer here, but these ones make up the difference there, and they're back to even, or there might be a little over based on what the populace of the other three are.
Right.
Mr. Mayor, how sure are we that the 500 people that we lost is accurate? Because if I recall, like within the last week or two, maybe like the last 3 weeks, there was an article in the paper that apparently Illinois said that somebody made a mistake in the census, and we didn't really lose all these people in population, but we gained people, which I kind of find hard to believe, but anyhow,
Yeah.
is there, could they have made a mistake here too?
Based on the numbers we've seen in the in-depth analysis they started to do already, it doesn't seem to be. The numbers make sense as far as, holding the numbers, so. Okay. All right. Need a motion to approve this expenditure then? Does someone make the motion? Moved by Alderman Lewandowski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman McGovern. Discussion? Roll call?
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Okay. We've had discussions over the last couple of weeks about the entrance to the park and community park, and we kind of, after much discussion at the last meeting, I said I would form a committee to investigate this and to do some professional analysis of what goes on there and, the best solution going forward. So what I've done is appointed a community ad hoc committee consisting of Alderman Begley, who's the chairman of the Buildings and Grounds Committee, Alderman Key, who's chairman of Recreation, Alderman Clifford, who's the chairman of Road Construction, and Alderman Basso, who's the chairman of Public Safety. Each one of those committees would be involved in this situation, so I feel those are the 4 best people to have on this. So I'm appointing that committee as such, just so you know.
Are just the 4 going to meet as one committee
Right.
then? So those heads of 4 meet and have maybe a special meeting to get together to resolve whatever issues are there?
Right,
Because otherwise it's still going to be
right.
heading around the committee, so.
And to use their staff people that are under you to give professional input into that
So I would
solution.
have to call around and ask what's the availability of each of the other aldermen and then schedule a special meeting for this purpose.
Right, there will be a mini special. Yeah, I'll appoint a chairman going forward, so, there, okay? All right, then finally,
We did.
you don't need a motion.
No, okay.
We've had, as you know, we've had great volunteers in this town over the last number of years. And, from time to time, we've had a special recognition, maybe a plaque here and there, not a street, but in some cases, a road, a park. But there's some minor, I won't say minor volunteers, but maybe someone who shouldn't get a plaque or shouldn't get a park named after him, but still has done a great job for our city. And I think we need to recognize those people. I mean, there's a number of people you can think of in the top of your head, who they are. A number of people who were chairmen of these committees have come to me over the years and said, why don't we have a recognition of some sort, for these people? So the idea was to put a plaque in the foyer as you come in on the right-hand side. The person who's designed this is actually Maria DiCaprosenta from the Fine Arts Committee. She was one to do the design of the work. And so we found a company who would be able to design and put up the plaque itself, and we'll use it for volunteers to put their names up there, to thank them for what they've done for our town. So the expenditure, the first bid was $6,000. We've got them down. We're not sure how much more we can get them down, but what I'd like to have is a motion to not to exceed $6,000 for this plaque, and that'll be, we'll put it up and put people's names up there to recognize their efforts for the city of Palos Heights. So if someone would... Sure.
Are there going to be, like, there'll be a big plaque, and then you'll have, like, small engraved?
Yes, there should be a graphic in your package. If not.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't see the graphic. But these kinds of plaques often have small and metal engraved.
With their names in them.
With
yeah.
their names
Right,
on them.
Right.
Maybe what committee they served.
We could do
on,
that,
the
yeah.
years they
Yeah,
served.
they're big,
That sort of thing.
Right, they're big enough to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Like I said, second.
Okay. You got one?
I do not.
Second, who made the motion? Alderman Key made the motion. Alderman McGovern seconded. Any questions? Roll call?
Alderman McGrogan,
Yes.
Alderman Clifford,
Yes.
Alderman Basso,
Aye.
Alderman Begley,
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
All right, thank you. City clerk?
No vote.
City treasurer?
Thank you, no report.
City attorney?
Thank you, but no report.
Any communications, anyone else? Alderman
Mr. Mayor,
Lewandowski?
thank you. Back in March, the city council approved green ribbons to be hung on trees on our main street of 123rd and Harlem. Our Palos South Assistant Principal, Megan Dornbos, has been recognized by the Illinois Chapter National School Public Relations Association for her work promoting the efforts of the Palos South Promise Club. So she received this award of excellence in the school administrator category at an awards luncheon for her efforts to included promotions for the school's Save Promise Week, with events meant to foster new connections, friendship, and inclusivity among students. So this is a program that's designed to increase safety in the school and promote children, if they see something, to say something to keep our kids safe in school. So I just wanted to...
And our ribbon program was part of this. So.
That's correct, yes,
Right.
sir.
Great, thank you, sir. Any other communications? Anyone?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
If I may?
Sure.
Last Memorial Day, you had a presentation out there at the monument, and I would just personally like to turn around and say thank you to Alderman Lewandowski, Jack Clifford, yourself, for assisting the American Legion. Jeff, I'm sorry I missed you too, for assisting the American Legion and helping out with the colors and taps and everything else.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Jeff for playing the bugle, by the way.
I was just going to mention, thank you. I was going to say, I mentioned it on a Facebook page that thank you to Alderman Key for bringing out his trusty antique trumpet that he has, and did a wonderful job of playing taps for us at the memorial service. The band couldn't make it this year because there was a little COVID incident with them, and Alderman Key stepped up to the plate and took over and played taps. I asked Alderman, we were sort of short on flag bearers, and Alderman Lewandowski, I drafted him into the service of the United States government to be a flag spinner, and I thank you for that too.
Plus Jack Hanley. You got to remember Jack Hanley. He was.
Oh,
another one
and
that
Jack
came out.
Hanley, sorry. And I also drafted him too. Army of two.
Any other communications? All right. Citizens wishing to address the council?
Harlan Wyvoda, 7640 West 135th Street. I have moved into the city of Palos Heights in the year 1990. I've been in here for 32 years and I have enjoyed every year. I'm a little distressed right now, and I've tried not to complain about it, but enough has become enough. Palos Heights is known for Lake Catherine, and it's a beautiful place, but a lot of people here in this particular facility right now do not know that Palos Heights also has an island. This is a man-made island that was built with the permission of the city of Palos Heights. This island is located at 7628 West 135th Street, and I have pictures. It was built with the blessing of the building department of the city of Palos Heights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I start?
Got some water there.
This home was built by a man by the name of Tom Cassidy. Tom Cassidy is known in the city of Palos Heights for building other properties that have had water issues with their next door neighbors. We've been complaining since the year 2013 when this house has been built. I never brought it to a city council meeting, but I'm going to bring it to everyone from now on. Trying for me to correct this issue has cost me close to $7,000 if you turn to page 2. And then I still have one more tree that has to come down and hit with an estimate of $4,000. Now, through a Freedom of Information request, I did get a final grade survey of this particular property, how it was supposed to be graded. I got thrown out of high school. I got thrown out of high school, and I can tell from this land survey final grade that it was not graded the way it was supposed to be graded. The city of Palos Heights gave this person an occupancy permit and allowed them to move to this house knowing that it was graded improperly. My water does not move, and every spring when water rains significantly in the city, my yard gets flooded. I've always wanted to live on a lakefront property, but I didn't want it to be forced down my throat. So recently, I took it upon myself to try to alleviate the issue because I could not get any satisfaction from the city of Palos Heights. Every time I called the building department, every time they came out, they kept saying they don't see any problem. Okay? Well, so I took it upon myself and I spent thousands of dollars to put in a tube so to try to alleviate some of the water so that my yard doesn't keep flooding. And lo and behold, what did I get? I get the neighbor complaining that they didn't like what I did, so the city of Palos Heights came out and threatened me with 30 days fine if I don't have it removed. So I've lived with it since 2013. I haven't complained. Well, enough is enough, and I'm tired of it. Now, if you all live in the city of Palos Heights, if somebody built a house next door to you and this amount of water was left to be allowed, you guys would be upset as I am. Now, it says right in the general code, 151-20 general requirements, no development shall adversely affect the flow of surface waters to or from neighbors' properties. Now, this is the city of Palos Heights, one, or Morris Engineering, or Tom Cassidy. Somebody's going to have to reimburse me for the $7,000 that I have paid out so far. Somebody's going to have to pay to have that tree taken down, which is approximately estimated at $4,000. And somebody's going to have to make this particular home next to me graded the way the survey says it's supposed to be graded. It should have never been approved. I have a copy of it through the Freedom of Information request, if anybody would like to see it. And I thank you for your time. And as I said, I've enjoyed the city of Palos Heights. I love the city of Palos Heights, but they did me wrong on this one, and I think it's a shame.
Question. I've got a question. What's your address?
7640 West 135th Street.
Okay, how current are these photos?
Say that again?
How current are these photos?
Those photos were in 2020. I got a photo of 2015, and I got all the emails sent to the city of Palos Heights with photos from 2015.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's not going to flood as much now because I put a tube in, but at my expense, which I should have never had to do. Any other questions?
Yeah, Arlen, has any of your neighbors done any substantial landscaping or grading since the house was built that you're aware of?
Well, that's part of the problem too there, Jack. I'm glad you asked that because I forgot about that issue. When that photo was taken, we talked to Adam, I believe it was Adam, in the building department. And I told him that, he says that, you know, my...
Adam in Public Works?
Public Works, okay. I said, hey, the man is putting in a new sidewalk, and he's changing his grade even more. He's making it where more of his water comes into my property, not less, more. He's got it pitched all the way to my property on a 40-degree angle, all the way to the property line from his house. And so if you look at the topographic, or the final grade survey, it says he was supposed to have a swale. He was also supposed, the water was supposed to run through the rear of his house. My water was supposed to run through the rear of his yard, so that way, but the city of Palos Heights allowed him to leave all the dirt there. That lot used to be 6 inches below me. All my water ran east. Well, now he's 2.5 feet taller than me. So we call it Cassidy Island. And thus created Waivoda Lakefront.
Based on what you're saying, is that it wouldn't necessarily maybe be a city's thing that when they did the final grading, I'm not saying they're not or not, but based on what you just said, that part or all of this problem may be from your neighbor changing grade substantially, that's forcing water runoff onto your property that shouldn't be going there.
Well, the problem isn't the water running onto my property. The problem is that I can't get the water off of my property. Everybody knows, if anybody knows any, unfortunately, we're Orland Park for some reason of Palos Heights, so it seems like we're the forgotten people. But everybody who knows the subdivision knows that the water runs east. They know that there's a creek on the other side of the Westberg's home, between the Westberg's homes and DeVries' home. There's a big creek that runs through there, and that creek goes into the golf course and fills up that dome. If you drive on 135th Street, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that the street goes downwards. If you go to the topographical, you can see that I was higher than their lot. If you go to the lot that is next to him with the red barn, you will see he's 2.5 foot taller than the house next to him. If you go into his backyard and look at it, you will see that he is 2.5 feet taller than I am. Well, all my water, that's the way my water always went to the creek, because that was the normal natural way of water flow. But because the builder, Tom Cassidy, did not remove any of the dirt from a 10-foot excavation, my water can't go anywhere. As you can see by the picture, the water goes right up to the property line. And this is this picture here. I don't have multiple copies because this was going to be for my next meeting. This was when we called the city originally.
This looks like it's trying to drain this way. Is that right? Does it look like it's trying to come out
Everything
here?
ends at his property line.
And where's this one? This is 135th Street.
Well, this is his house.
Okay, what's this here? This 135th?
Yes, that's
Oh, the
135th.
tractor's there, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that's 135th. That's 135th as well. This here's the side.
Whose is this side here?
Mine.
That's you?
This is all standing water on my property. I've been there, was there for 20-some years before. I had never had a water problem ever. And then he built this house, and then I have nothing but headaches. You know, I don't get no peace and quiet. I don't get no sleep. Every time it rains, I'm stressed. I'm stressed because my sump pump goes off constantly. So I called after the city of Palos Heights threatened me with the 30-day fines. So I said, you got to be, and he told me it's because I'm impeding my neighbor's water, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's what we've been complaining about for the last 9 years, that he's been impeding our water. And so now you're saying I'm going to be fined. I'm going to be fined? Okay, I said, that's enough.
Well, I got your email today, and I sent it on to Adam and to the engineers, so we'll review it again and get back to you on it, as I told you, so. Yes.
Well, to finish the story, the moral of the story, Adam came out with the sidewalk, and I said, Adam, we already have an issue here. We've been complaining about this since 2013. Why are you allowing him to put a sidewalk in and then angle his property right to the property line? He says, I don't see any issue. And that's exactly the same response we had from Bill Hayes. That's the same response we had from the other guy before. I had it all written down. For some reason I left it on the kitchen table. Sorry. What's that?
No, probably Chris.
Chris. That's
And
the
by
one.
the way, for the
Everybody, it wasn't their problem. and they weren't going to do anything about it, and they weren't going to help me in any shape, way, or form, and now I'm out thousands of dollars because somebody built a house next to me,
Well, I said-
and that's wrong.
Yeah, we'll look at, like I said, I told you today, we'll look through
Yeah.
it, so, all right.
Like I said,
Thanks, John.
I talked to my friend Tim Moore. I said, Tim, how did you get the city of, how did you get this MRD to buy your house and everything? He said, you know what? I went to and complained and complained and complained. He says, so that's what he recommended for me to do. Come and complain and complain and complain. And that's what I'm going to do from this day
Well,
forward.
Moore's a different situation, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, this was created with nothing to do with me.
I understand. Okay.
So,
We'll
can I have that
follow
photo back?
Sure. There you go. Thanks.
Can you leave?
That's the only one that, oh no, that one
Do
you
you-
have.
Okay.
The other one
Do you
I-
have copies of
I don't have
those?
copies of this one.
Okay, I'll get you this.
Harlan, you
I
got
have
that?
copies of them. So, this was going to be for my next meeting.
Well, regardless of the next meeting, somehow get a copy of that and give it to the mayor so he can give that to the,
I've emailed the mayor of all of this already. He knew I was coming around.
Adam's got it.
all right. I just want to make sure people got the right documentation there.
right.
Thank you.
All right. Any other citizens? Yes, sure, ma'am.
My name is Marcella Spreisler. I'm at 6150 West 124th Street. And my issue is with Republic Services. We've been living in Palos Heights at this address for 32 years. And all of a sudden, starting in March of this past year, we were told that we did not have recycling services. I assumed that because of the contract, the recycling was part of our trash services. And we've been having problems with Republic since this March issue. They had taken a recycling container that we've been using, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with that container, and replaced the container. Now we've got a fee that they want for $25 for that container. I thought that you're allowed to have one recycling
Yeah.
container.
You are, and there's been some problem with their call center, and I took Mr. Cantus has your name and number, and I'll get a hold of the Republic tomorrow, and we'll take care of it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that?
That's all, yeah. Yeah.
Because I've been dealing with them phone
Yeah,
calls
they
back
moved
and
their
forth.
call center, and I've been on the phone with them for a couple of times over the last couple of days, so.
Okay.
Okay?
All right,
We'll take
thanks
care
so
of it.
much.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience, by the way, sorry. All right, anybody else? All right. Standing reports, finance.
Mr. Mayor, the only thing I'd like to report is earlier this evening, we had a special meeting of the Finance Committee, as well as some other representatives from the city to discuss some budgeting issues and some contracts that are forthcoming. And based on the initial discussions that many of the aldermen attended, and I think it was productive, and hopefully the contract negotiations will be brought to a successful conclusion. That's the end of my report.
Thank you. Public safety, Alderman Basso.
No report, Mayor.
Municipal grounds or property, Alderman Bigley.
No report this evening, thank you.
Planning and zoning, Alderman McGovern.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
All right, recreation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, no report.
You can tell when we have 5 weeks in a row. Roads and construction, Alderman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're finishing on the finals on 123rd. Bridge work continues on Harlem going north. The road program is about to start soon throughout the city, so expect some slight inconveniences while that work's being done and grading the streets throughout different areas of the city. And Ridgeland Avenue corridor is about to start, or it has started already, from Route 83 to 135th Street. So expect traffic and lane closures down to one lane during the course of removing the median. That's the ongoing work schedule so far. That's it.
License permits and franchises, Alderman Lewandowski.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no items on the agenda this evening. However, I do have a friendly reminder from the building department. The building department wishes to let our residents and business owners know that we are committed to keeping our community free from weeds or plant growth in excess of 6 inches. Pursuant to the International Residential Code, Section 302.4. This includes residential properties, businesses, parkways, right-of-ways, and adjoining properties. All shall be maintained in accordance. Please be mindful of your neighbors when utilizing landscaping companies and mowing and maintaining laws in the early mornings, evenings, and weekends. Thank you, and have a safe and enjoyable summer.
Thank
That's all
you.
I have, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Alderman Violet, looks like you got everything here tonight.
Yeah, I got lots.
You got- Okay, go for it.
I move to go to bid for the 2022 sewer rehabilitation program.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, second by Alderman Key. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I also move to approve the sanitary manhole rehabilitation project for the Southwest Highway Lift Station Discharge Point with Aries Inc. in the amount of $19,749.53.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
I move to approve payment for the annual Beehive software license in the amount of $12,000.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
I move to approve third partial payment for the 123rd Street Water Main Project to Lindahl Brothers, Inc. in the amount of $6,881.03.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
I move to approve payment for professional services for the 10-year CIP engineering in the month of March with Strand Associates in the amount of $4,671.57.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes. I move to approve payment for professional services to RJN Group in the amount of $26,199.89. Engineering services include GIS updates to sanitary and storm structures, MWRD submittals, Payless Gardens CCTV review, and the 2022 sewer rehabilitation program.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
I move to approve professional services for the CIB project development for the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, public water low-interest loan in the amount of $18,800.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, and seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman Violet.
Yes.
Alderman Basso.
Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
I move to approve professional services for the 70th Avenue Lift Station rehabilitation with LAN Inc. in the amount of $49,500.
Second.
Moved by Alderman Violet, seconded by Alderman Key. Discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Basso.
Aye. Aye.
Alderman Lewandowski.
Aye.
Alderman Key.
Yes.
Alderman McGrogan.
Yes.
Alderman Begley.
Yes.
Alderman McGovern.
Yes.
Alderman Clifford.
Aye.
Alderman Violet.
Yes. And that's the end of my report, Mr.
Thank you.
Mayor.
114.
Okay, special reports. Alderman Key, Business and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report.
Cable TV, Alderman McGovern.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have one thing that I'd like to read. It's a letter you received from Comcast. Okay? It's in reference to the regional sports networks. We are committed to keeping you and our customers informed about changes in Xfinity TV services. As you may know, many special events and broadcasts were put on hold during the pandemic. We have been working hard to recover the fees regional sport networks charged us for those sporting events and broadcasts during the hiatus to pass back to our customers. We are currently notifying customers in your community of a courtesy adjustment related to these fees. The adjustment reflects that what has been committed to us by the regional sports networks in your areas to date. We will continue to work to recover additional funds if possible, and we are committed to giving our customers 100% of what we receive. Please feel free to contact if you have any questions. So, and they can be reached at area code 630, and that's 689-0830, and that's Johan Fernando, and he's the Senior Management of Government Affairs. I just wanted to let everybody out here know about this. If you have Comcast for your local program, you should be getting some kind of monies or some kind of a recognition from Comcast for it. Okay, that's it.
All right, thank you. Any old business? Citizens wish to ask questions? New business? Entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Stay safe.
14,000 for sewer.